Hi everyone and welcome back to Impulse Investors. So I thought I'd give you just an update on what's going on in the market. Last week I recorded a video and told you what to do following the Omicron virus fears. Since then we've seen an even larger market rout. And what I recommended last week was to buy those stay-at-home stocks. Now, you're probably telling me, well, you told us to buy stay-at-home stocks and they've crashed even more. And that is true. That is definitely true. But that's not because the strategy was wrong. It's because the market is completely panicking right now. And it's not only because of Omicron, but it's because of what the Fed had said recently. So the Fed had mentioned that they are tapering, they're going to be tapering quicker, and therefore we might be seeing interest rates quicker than we'd actually imagined. But should that actually cause such drastic drops in the prices? Does an interest point avoid investors from investing in stocks? I think it's definitely been overplayed, and for that reason I think right now a lot of the drops are artificial. There may be some stocks which you want to avoid, but a lot of the drops are artificial. And so if I'm a high risk investor, I would look at those that have dropped the most and see which of these are good long-term potentials, and I'd pick one of those. I mean, I was just browsing the market today and Docusign had reported their earnings yesterday and it's dropped 40%. That sounds like a huge drop following an earnings. And just looking at the numbers from the earnings, they actually beat what they had reported on revenue. Their forecasts were slightly lower, and therefore I think investors are worried that the growth is not going to be as great as it was, but that's expected. Last year was COVID. This year's not as much COVID as last year. So, to a certain extent, you'd expect those numbers to drop. So I think there's an opportunity there. At the same time, NEO has dropped to $32 today, I think. Literally, just look across your stocks portfolio that you're following, and pretty much every stock there will be in red. But if you're a sort of a low risk investor, you're kind of shaken by what's going on, I'd look at maybe the more higher cap companies like Disney. Disney has dropped in the 140s, and Disney I think has a massive potential in the long term. One is because of Disney Plus. I believe Disney Plus will overtake Netflix in the long term. And secondly, I think their involvement in the metaverse could be very promising. So Disney as a company is looking very attractive to me. So generally what my message is here is, if you're a long-term investor, don't panic sell. You'll regret it in 6 months' time when you'll see your investment that you'd sold 6 months ago sort of substantially up. And a lot of people did that in March 2020. They thought, okay, everything's just going down, it's going to crash. Now people are panicking, things are going to crash, it's going to be another 2000 where all the tech stocks just go crash. Well, if you've invested in a good company which has a good long-term vision, do you still believe in that long-term vision? Are the fundamentals still there? If the fundamentals are not still there, then think twice, then maybe think about selling. So if the fundamentals haven't changed, why are you actually selling your stock? It just doesn't make sense. Why did you invest it in the first place? So I'd really think hardly before you take any drastic action. And if you do have cash in the bank, I think now is actually the perfect time. I mean, I wouldn't put all that cash in the market because you might see more drops next week. We don't know when this is going to end exactly. One thing I can say is I don't think it's going to last for too long. I think we will definitely see a V-shaped recovery. It's just about when and not if. So don't panic and happy investing. Speak to you soon. And if you haven't done so, subscribe to our channel. Last week, and a few days ago, we posted a video on Bumble. So if you want to see our investment theses, please look at our channel. And we've got a crypto pick of the month coming very soon. So stay tuned for that. Speak to you soon.